Finding bed bugs at home can be really stressful, and if you've ever heard people say they're impossible to get rid of, it can feel even worse. But here's the truth, you can get rid of bed bugs, but it just takes the right plan, time, as well as consistency. I'm Dr. Donovan, a licensed UK medical doctor, and in this video I'm going to take you step by step through how to get rid of bed bugs, whether you're tackling them yourself or working with professionals. We're going to talk through how to identify them, how to stop them spreading, and how to safely treat them, plus when it's time to call in the experts. And just a reminder, this video is for general information. If you're in rented accommodation, university housing, or you feel you need support, please speak to your housing provider or local council, as well as professionals if needed. So let's start with one of the biggest questions, and that is, do you always need professional help? Well, the answer is not always. Many people do manage to get rid of bed bugs themselves, but we need to be realistic. These insects are stubborn. They hide in tiny gaps, they reproduce quickly, and they can live for months without feeding. So this isn't just a spray once and forget it situation, it's more like a structured step-by-step battle, and it might take weeks, sometimes unfortunately months, to fully clear them. Professional help often speeds things up, but you can make real progress at home if you follow the right approach. So let's start with step one, and that is identifying the infested areas. The earlier you spot bed bugs, the easier it is to deal with them, but they are really small, actually about the size of an apple seed, and they're really good at hiding, and they look like this. Now you might notice small bites, first usually appearing in clusters or a line, often on exposed skin. Or you might notice tiny dark spots or little blood smears on your sheets. Now to check properly, grab a torch and look closely at the following areas. Firstly, mattress seams and the tag area. Next, bed frame joints and behind the headboard, as well as skirting boards and carpet edges, and importantly, sofa cushions and curtain folds. You might also need to look at cracks in walls or furniture, as well as behind loose wallpaper, picture frames, and even electrical outlets. Now you may see pale eggs, shed skins, or live bugs. If you're unsure, try to trap one in a sealed container and get it identified by a pest expert. Now once you know what they are, we can move on to step two. Now step two is to contain the spread. Now the key thing here is don't let the bed bugs travel around the home. First, start off by vacuuming mattresses, bed frames, the carpets and furniture seams. Then empty the vacuum straight into a sealed bag, bin it outside and then clean the vacuum. Next, bag up bedding, clothes and fabrics from the room. Seal them before moving them because bed bugs can travel otherwise. Then wash anything washable on the highest safe temperature and dry it on high heat for at least 30 minutes. Now this is important because heat kills bugs and eggs. Anything that you can't wash should go into a sealed bag for several months. And yes, you heard me say months because bed bugs can survive for a long time without feeding. Now if the piece of furniture is heavily infested and can't be treated safely, you may need to dispose of it. Mark it so that nobody else accidentally takes it home. Once you've isolated things, get ready for step three, and that is getting the room ready for treatment. So step three is preparing the room. Preparation genuinely makes the difference between success and frustration here. First, declutter. Bed bugs love hiding points, so remove books, clothes piles, bags, and anything stored under the bed. Next, seal cracks along skirting boards, floorboards and furniture. Now you can do this by taping over, as well as taping over unused electrical outlets. Then cover your mattress and box spring with a bedbug proof encasement and zip them fully. This traps any surviving bugs inside so that they starve and stops new ones getting in. Now you're set to begin treatment, and that is step four, which is going to be killing the bed bugs using heat, cleaning and chemicals. So let's talk about these different methods. Now, there are two main approaches to eradicating bed bugs: heat and cleaning and insecticides, and most people tend to need a combination of the two. Now, my suggestion is that you start with non-chemical methods first. This would be washing and drying bedding and clothes on a high heat, as we discussed, steaming mattresses, sofas and carpet edges, and placing sealed bags of items in a hot car on a hot day if safe, or freezing small items at -18 degrees Celsius, which is 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below, for at least 4 days. Heat is extremely effective. Now, once you've done that, insecticides can deal with hidden bugs as well as eggs. Now, look for products specifically approved for bed bugs. Now, there are lots of different types. Some kill on contact, others stay active to catch bugs emerging later. But do try to avoid what we call bug bombs. These rarely reach hiding spots and can be unsafe if misused. Try to be patient and know that you'll most likely need to repeat treatments because bed bug removal is rarely a one and done thing. Step 5 is to monitor progress. This part is just as important as the treatment, so check once a week for signs of activity. Bed bugs can reappear weeks later, so ongoing monitoring is key. Also try to use bedbug interception traps under bed legs. These help to catch survivors and show whether the infestation is gone. And remember that most people, like I mentioned, need several cycles of treating and checking. Now, step 6 is when you might need to call in professionals. Now, if you've tried consistently and you're still finding signs, or if you're in an apartment where they may be spreading between units, it's time to bring in pest control. Now, professionals can use stronger insecticides as well as whole room heat systems, heating the room to a precise temperature that kills bugs and eggs everywhere they hide. Now, you need to expect 2 to 3 visits and carefully follow any preparation instructions that the professionals give. Now, finally, we're on to step 7. How do you prevent bed bugs from coming back? Now, once you're clear from bed bugs, that's great, but stopping them from returning is really important, and that's why prevention really matters. Now, to help with this, keep clutter to a minimum, vacuum regularly, and keep your mattress encased. When you're traveling, keep bags off hotel beds and floors, inspect bedding before sleeping, you don't want to incidentally bring them home by accident, and heat treat clothing when you return home. Little habits like this make a really big difference. Now, please do feel free to share questions below, and if you've got any useful tips, if you've encountered this problem yourself, please do share them in the comments section to help anyone else watching this video. And why not check out this video on bed bugs next?